I can feel I'm connecting with her in my central crystal palace, you know, and the energy from the palace is moving right up into my heart, and it's so beautiful. I have tears in my eyes, look, of the warmth and glow. You know, she's really beautiful. It's not even a she. It's beyond. It's androgynous. It's beyond the he she. Even though she's coming in a feminine form, bringing the womb, the chalice of life with her. She's beautiful.
Oh yeah, she's bringing the chalice.
Yeah, she's bringing.
See, I thought that was a champagne glass.
Well, I mean, that can also represent. That can be represented full of life, full of bubbles, champagne. You know, and all the little atoms or particles or quarks can be the bubbles in the champagne. You know. But she really is, like she's like a mother, she's like a...
Wow.
She's beautiful.
Thank
and
you.
She's really in the heart. I really, really feel her in my heart. And as I said, it doesn't come across, even though she appears to have a woman's body, she's not female per se. You know, she's androgynous. She's both sexes, and also she's beyond that. But she does appear, and she will always appear in her physical, in her feminine form. She'll always appear as a woman, but don't see her. She's not a woman, but she carries the divine feminine and the divine masculine always. She has the sacred union, but she will appear in a female body. Probably all the time. Probably most of the time, your channeling will appear.
Female. They seem to be always female.
Yeah.
Except for one. I did one that wasn't. And what is it like?
That was your rogue. Maybe
What are these creatures? Do you know what they are?
Well, I know that you call them angels, and this would with the winged being and the feminine form, we have come to call these beings angels, but. And that's how you are perceiving them, because winged beings are often perceived as either angelic or maybe from the fairy realm. But I would see this more of like the originators, the original beings who were the human creators. I would see these beings as the human creators. They would have been like in ancient mythology. You might have seen them as the winged serpent,
or the
rainbow serpent.
Yeah.
Which would have been androgynous beings. They would have been sometimes winged. They would have been like sometimes they would have been like snake-like with wings, or they could have been amphibious beings. And then the wings were over time, and also you see the little in the wings these little markings. These would be like the gills, or the scales on a fish, and the fish's fins. Originally, I think that we and with these beings that you're creating, these are maybe the human creators, and originally they were amphibious, and they had gills and fins, and they had all these little markings on them, and these gills or fins, some of them could fly, but I think that's where the idea of angels came from.
These beings.
Yes.
Wow.
That they were actually just amphibious beings, and when they opened their fins, they looked like the wings of the angels or the wings of birds. And eventually these beings, they were fish-like. They were more fish-like. They didn't really have any human attributes whatsoever. They were just like maybe large fish. And but eventually over time, as they started creating humans and mixing their DNA with animals' DNA, we eventually became human form. But before that, we were mixed, and that's where the mermaids were. So they still had the amphibious fish tail, with the little, what are they called? They're not gills, but the
scales.
The little scales,
yeah.
And you'll see all these little scales and diamonds. You'll see diamonds, and in every ancient text, in the Book of Kells, you'll see it in all the ancient texts. You'll always find little diamonds and chevrons.
Yeah,
little chevrons, and
yeah.
they're representing the and even in the Catholic Church, and all ancient cultures have this representation of the fish hidden in their clothes, their jewelry, their art, their architecture, the
sacred
furniture,
fish. Salmon.
the sacred fish. It's always there, and I really feel that this is where the idea of the angel's wings came from. It's the gills or the fins of these beautiful mystical. I mean, they're ancient ancestors. They are for me, they are the creators of humans, and then they were called gods. And I believe that these beings are representations of these original our ancestors, or our creators, we could even say.
Wow.
And that's why I believe your work is archetypal.
Right.
I really believe your work is archetypal, and just I'd love to look at all your work and just even spot out the little things that are the archetypal that you're carrying through.
Yeah.
From that time. I'd love to look. Maybe we can do that.
We'll do that.
Yeah, we'll do that. And
Okay, I'm going to pause it there.